We out.
Guess I'll give him pins then.
I'm sorry, you mumbled something, player?
No.
No, you definitely said something to that camera over there. See, you think you Deadpool.
I cut off before I could really get to it. Give it to me. What we got?
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Didn't. I don't know. I'm making up my own. That's my own thing.
Hey, that's okay. We copyrighting this shit. We copyrighting that.
It looked epic, so I just I was off the top.
My fault. Already to a good start. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies Nursery Bully. Host Leroy, aka Mr. Monday Morning, with my co-hosts.
This is Eli, aka Pumpkin Spice Cheerios.
There you go. That sounds disgusting. That's okay.
It probably is.
Yeah. And also, I want to give a shout out to our third co-host, the AI. So, if nobody else watching us, they are always watching us. So that's a good thing right there.
Our loyal audience. Yeah.
Our loyal audience. Whether we're on the podcast or not, they will always be here. So the first thing we're going to talk about, Eli, is that, of course, you know what? Before we get into the nerd shit, let's talk about sports.
Okay.
Let's talk about sports. We're going to talk about sports because, of course, you know, the World Series is coming on this Friday. And for some reason, we talked about the World Series last year, Eli. That was our biggest show. Matter of fact, people just listened to just that one segment. When we stopped talking, they left. So,
well, my team was in it. Yeah. So
That's what it was. Okay. So, like I said, the World Series coming this thing. But what we want to talk about is the championship or how they got to the World Series. We want to talk about Shohei Ohtani. We want to talk about him. Now, he didn't do shit last year in the World Series because I guess he had a shoulder injury. I think he had a shoulder injury last year. We didn't do anything. But he's showing up this year because, Eli, did you hear about the game he had?
I heard about it. Yeah. I didn't watch it.
Okay.
I heard that he kicked ass, got like a few home runs and pitched a bunch of and strikeouts or some shit. And
so I'm gonna just give the stats of what he did off the top of my head. Like I said, he did 10 Ks, that's 10 strikeouts for you nerds out there, you know, and 3 home runs, but he went 3 for 3 at bat, 3 home runs. So yes, there have been 10 Ks in the 10 strikeouts in the playoffs before. That happens every now and then. There's been 3 for 3 batting in the playoffs. That happens very rarely. But in the 400,000 plus MLB games, that's the first time it's ever happened. He did it. Like, people are trying to compare in other sports, like what he did, like break it down to me in basketball terms, break it down to me in football terms. It's basically like you going 3 for 3, 3 touchdowns with 2 sacks, an interception, a pick six. That's basically like your Tom Brady and Ray Lewis in one player. That's basically what it's like. If you combine it in football. So like I said, in all this time, we never had it. It's never happened before. Like, we started to make comparisons, because we never seen anything. Well, in our lifetime, we've never seen anything like this. But in the history of baseball, we've never seen anything like this since George Herman Ruth, a.k.a. the Great Bambino.
Baby.
A.k.a.
Ruth.
Babe Ruth. Game so sweet to name a candy bar after him. So, yeah. So we've never seen anything like that. But at the same time, Babe Ruth wasn't hitting 400 yard home runs at the time. He wasn't throwing 100 miles an hour in the same game. So we gotta say, Eli, is he? I'm pretty sure there's no argument that he's the greatest player we've ever seen.
He's up there.
I mean, you can't argue with that. I mean, people saying comparing him to Michael Jordan, maybe because the gambling issue he had, but we didn't blame it on him. We blamed it on his translator. So good job on him. So. Which we also say that Jordan might be involved in this. So you want to compare him to Jordan? What I want him to do is retire from baseball, go play basketball for 2 years, and then come back. Then I compare him to Jordan. Can we move on past that?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I actually subscribed to the MLB app for the summer, and then it just ended a couple weeks ago because the Yankees ended.
Oh, when the Yankees in it, then it's over. Okay.
Yeah, it's done for me, and I'm surprised they made it to the playoffs, the first round, because they're fucking up in the field. So I didn't think they were going to make it, but I predicted, and I'm wrong. I guess I'm wrong. I predicted it was going to be the Brewers and the Blue Jays, but it looks like the Dodgers won, and it's between Seattle and the Blue Jays.
Well, it seemed like what the Dodgers did is just they set like the first half of the season, just set out all their pitchers. Yeah. Now, pretty much they're all fresh now.
So. But Seattle's leading. If Seattle wins, then the Dodgers, I think, are going to win. But if the Blue Jays win, then I think the Blue Jays will take it. But I was wrong about the Brewers beating the Dodgers. So what do I know?
We'll see. Eli with his sports commentator. That's what I like that. Anyway, sticking with sports, Eli. We're gonna stick with sports. Something happened also all season that we're gonna talk about, the Victoria's Secret runway special. Apparently, the first time a professional athlete
actually told me about this. Somebody told me said some big tall chick was on the runway. That's all I heard.
That's all you know. So she was a basketball player. This Angel Reese, basketball player, WNBA. The first time WNBA player or anybody, professional athlete, has walked the runway. And so I just want to show support.
That's what that I was wondering. You shared that on the site. I was like, what the fuck?
I did share that on the site. We got a bunch of hits on it. So I was like, you know what? Why not share that? Yeah. So apparently,
what the hell is that?
People just like tall chicks walking the runway. So why not? So that's the thing right there. Just want to show support on that. So that's our sports analysis. Hold on, what we got here? Sorry, buddy, you just missed the sports. Now we're gonna talk about nerd shit for the rest of the day. Who is this? Shout out to Luis Morales. Yeah, that's the wholesome content we show on here. Also, like, can we actually move to the podcast now, Eli?
Sure. Yeah.
I know once we finish talking about baseball and Amazon chicks, everybody gonna leave now. But everybody, please stick around. We got to do our due diligence. We want to say rest in peace to D'Angelo. I want to talk about that. Yes. Eli, are you familiar with D'Angelo? Okay, cool.
Want the pie? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, you know D'Angelo. Okay. Should have did that intro. Okay.
No shit.
So shout out to D'Angelo. Like I said, a 90s R&B singer, was very popular, like really, really, really popular, really, really talented. Matter of fact, he kind of brought in like a new sound because people didn't recognize what he was doing. So they call it R&B, but the sound was so new, they had to call it something, they had to call it neo soul. They're like, we never heard this before. Because our 90s brain couldn't process the fact that he was just incorporating jazz into his R&B. That's like, oh no, you the trumpet. What the fuck is that? Come on, man. You guys should know better. So that's the whole point. But people were throwing, but like I said, he had some great songs back then. He dropped the album Brown Sugar back then, like around like 95 or so like that. Eli, did you know that Brown Sugar wasn't about a woman? It was actually about weed.
I did not know that.
People just catching on to that now. It's right there in the lyrics, but you know how people are. They're just going to go whatever like that. So that's the point. But the point is, great songs on there. People throwing around the term musical genius. People saying, is he the next Prince? He is not the next Prince because Prince is Prince. And he's his own thing. He was doing his own thing. But my favorite song off that Brown Sugar album was Shit Damn Motherfucker. My favorite song. The song was about, he found his wife in bed with his best friend, went and got a gun, shot both of them. The police found them standing over there, both naked, dead bodies. And all he said was, shit, damn, motherfucker. So that was the love songs we had back in the 90s. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so as big as that album was, and like I said, he ushered in a whole new sound, because then you had other people popping up. You had like, I ain't gonna say popping up, but people started grabbing to it, like, like Common. You had Most Def, you had The Roots, where you're not just doing R&B and hip hop, but you're doing over like live bands and instrumentations and like that, like music is alive. People weren't ready for that. So that brought in a whole new era of music. Then when he did that, dropped his second album, Voodoo, which was even bigger than the first album. Main reason it was so big, the reason it was bigger than the first album, because of the one video that he dropped. The video that he dropped was Untitled, and everybody knows, D'Angelo knows exactly what I'm talking about. That song, that video, the one that was on BET Uncut, they just played on loop over and over and over again.
Panties were dropping for that.
Eli, pretty much every woman that saw that video back then made their boyfriend reenact that video. So I've heard. Point is, the song became so big that it came kind of bigger than his music. Like when he did performances after that song, people didn't care what he sang or what what songs he dropping. They just want to take his shirt off, throw $1 bills and stuff like that. They're like, no, I've trained my whole life and decades to make music and make these songs, and all y'all want me just trying to turn me into a stripper. So he kind of just quit making music for a while, But every now and then he'll make some music like that. But the point was, that was the whole thing like that. My man, like I said, D'Angelo was a staple of the culture. like I said, there was an episode of Atlanta about him. Like they found out that there was D'Angelo concert going on in Atlanta. So Donald Glover had to go through like a Saw-like escape room to get the tickets or some shit. It was a weird ass show, like a weird ass episode, but it was a weird ass show. So whatever you expect. So yeah, keep going from that one. So trying to see what we got here. Oh, we're gonna talk about that in a second. So yeah, that's all I got with D'Angelo. So yeah, rest in peace with him. So great music. Eli will be back. Don't worry. Hopefully he can bring himself in. But I'm going to keep going because I want to talk about this while he's gone. So I want to also say rest in peace to Tomonobu Itagaki. Yes, for those who don't know who Tomonobu Itagaki is, he created the Dead or Alive series. He used to work for Tecmo. He was a video game director. Hold on. Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, you back? Okay,
I
cool.
clicked on something and I guess it was the wrong thing.
Obviously. Catching up to, I also want to say I'm finished with D'Angelo, moving on to the next
good journey to D'Angelo.
Good journey to D'Angelo. I also want to talk about Tomonobu Itagaki. I want to talk about him also. So yeah. Also, people were throwing around creative genius like that. He's a video game director. You know, he did Dead or Alive. So
right.
Yeah, that series. Okay. Now, like I said, the Dead or Alive was, if you had Tekken, I'm not gonna say it was as good as Tekken, but if everybody had Tekken on PlayStation, Dead or Alive, you had Xbox, that's what you were playing over there. I like Dead or Alive. I thought it was a fun game, not as complex or as deep as Tekken, but it kind of stripped it down where you pretty much, it's a rock, paper, scissors type game where you play with it, that it was very competitive when you got to that top level. Now, the thing is about Dead or Alive that people kind of compared it to, because after Dead or Alive 2 came out, then you had Dead or Alive Volleyball, where it kind of became like people want to call it a gooner game, if you want to call it. So just want to know who that's a new term I learned on TikTok, Eli. But anyway, for anybody that has played this game, I just want you to know Jesus watched you play this game. So yeah.
She kicks high. I remember the commercial.
Everybody remembers that commercial. Hold on, what we got here? I bet you Fat T played that game. Fat T played. I know he did.
He's playing it right now.
He's playing it right now with one hand. Oh yeah. All right. So, but that's the whole point of Dead or Alive, because the thing is about Dead or Alive, one of the most famous characters on that roster. Do you remember the most popular character on that roster of Dead or Alive in the video games, Eli?
I don't remember her name, but
not her name. Come on, Eli. We're not in Gooner mode right now. Ryu Hayabusa. Does that ring a bell?
Oh yeah.
Okay, for those that don't know who Ryu Hayabusa is the character from the Ninja Gaiden series. Okay, so he was a playable character in Dead or Alive, and when you get past the bikini chicks, shit like that, he was everybody's favorite player. You know, so what they decided to do was, since he's the most popular player on Dead or Alive, now Itagaki didn't create Ninja Gaiden, he didn't create Ryu Hayabusa. However, he was in charge of doing the reboot, the remake of Tecmo that was on the Xbox games. That's where you start getting. Boom, Ninja Gaiden, which is one of my favorite games of all time. The game looks so good. If you play this game right now, it looks like a PS5 game. That's how advanced the graphics were. And then he topped himself with Ninja Gaiden 2. Came back the game. Now, these games were brutally hard. These games were bone crazy. They were beat the shit out of you. Most people didn't make it past the second level. I love these games. Don't give a fuck. They were bloody as hell, hard as hell. Eli, he had Wolverine claws in this game. You could use Wolverine claws, just run through the whole game just like that. The shit was fucking awesome.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Now, but around the time, like I said, remember, go back to what I said, that Dead or Alive was a gooner game, or turned into a gooner game. So, surprising nobody, he got fired for sexual harassment. So apparently he was a freak. Basically, we didn't know at the time. We kind of learned. We should have known that the signs were there, but we didn't notice it. You know. But the point was, the moment he left Tecmo, and they kept making Ninja Gaiden games, they kept making Dead or Alive games and all this shit like that, all the games went to shit, basically. Because he was the creative genius behind those games. You can't make those games without him. So now all they can do is just remake the games that he's already done. That's all they can do, just put prettier graphics on it. But they keep fucking them up all the time like that. But that was his legacy. So that's why I own an Xbox, just because I'm going to play his old Xbox games, because you can't get them anywhere else. They're just there. Because he loved Xbox. He said, fuck PlayStation. I don't want to do shit PlayStation. So also one of the reasons they fired him, because they wanted that PlayStation money, and he was a creep. So they kind of took care of itself. So yeah. Anyway, rest in peace to creative genius. So yeah.
Good journey to him as well.
Good journey to Itagaki. So yeah. All right. Now can we move into the
there's a few more people passed. People were dropping this week.
Oh, go for it. That's all I got on my list. But who you got?
Duke Rufus, He was a trainer, an MMA trainer. He trained a lot of fighters. He passed away. Good journey to him. And Ace Frehley from Kiss, one of the OG members of Kiss, passed away the other day. So yes, a big horns up and good journey to him. I was not the biggest Kiss fan, but I can appreciate them. There are some bangers here and there.
Okay. Hold on. Can you name all the Kiss members?
Well, there was. Not currently. I don't know who's all in them now, but it was
no, original. We're not talking about like Temptations.
Yeah, it was Gene Simmons, Peter Criss, Ace Frehley, of course, and Paul Stanley. That was the OG lineup.
Okay, I don't know. You sound like a fan. You sound like a fan of
me. I've never owned a Kiss album, so that's
Eli.
why.
This is a safe space. You can admit you.
I wish I could. I've never seen them live. I mean, yes, you can probably take my medal card for not seeing Kiss live or not owning a Kiss album ever. But yeah, I know of Kiss I Love It Loud, which had Vinnie Vincent. He wasn't even in the band at the time. Bruce Kulick and Vinnie Vincent was in the band during the I Love It Loud days. But God of Thunder, Deuce, yeah, those are bangers. And yeah, well, my older sisters were into Kiss.
Okay.
I believe my older sister had Kiss was like huge. People, you got to put it in perspective. Kiss was huge. They were like super. They had their own Marvel comic.
They did. They did.
Yeah. That they put their own blood into the ink.
I'm going to go a little deep on that, Eli. Okay, I'm going to give you some Marvel lore. The first Marvel movie they were ever going to make was Dazzler.
Okay.
And Kiss was going to star in it.
No shit.
Yeah, Kiss was going to be like her bodyguards, companions like that. That's actually the only reason they even invented Dazzler to begin with, to make a movie out of her.
Yeah. Kiss was huge. They had merch. They had toys. They like I said, posters. My sister had one of the action figures. And yeah, they were like in Marvel comics. They were huge comic nerds too, And yeah. So yeah, Ace was the artist and probably had a big influence on a lot of modern metal guitarists today. So yeah, that's a huge I'm
probably
sure
the reason Venom exists. Yeah.
So yeah, big horns up and good journey to Ace Frehley.
So shout out to them. Hold on, let me see what we got here.
I believe that's all I can think of.
Okay, let me see. Let me talk. No. Get your own fucking podcast. Shit. Thanks for listening. All right. Can we move on to the next part of the podcast? Okay. All right. So so now, like I said, we're gonna chime in. We're going to do a review. Like I said, this movie just dropped on Netflix. Now Eli couldn't watch the movie. We're talking about I Know What You Do Last Summer, not the old shit, the new shit. We're talking about I Knew What You Do Last Summer. I didn't watch the movie. Based on the box office, nobody else did either. So it's fun that we could just, whenever it finally drops on like Netflix, HBO Max, and all the shit like that, we just talk about it. Because
let me just clarify, it's not like I couldn't watch it; I wouldn't watch it.
There you go. He was pro.
Even if I could.
Okay. Now you got your card back, Eli. Okay. you were wavy when you weren't a Kiss fan, but you brought it back. Okay. All right. All right, shit. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about your damn movie. Okay. All right. Like I said, we're gonna talk about I Know What You Did Last Summer. Oh, yeah. Okay. Like I said, this is the remake of the movie. So is it a reboot? Is it a sequel? Is it both? Yes, it's everything all in once. It's everything like that. So, can we talk about? Okay, I'm gonna get you to jump into this, Eli. Anyway, because we're gonna talk about the history of horror.
Okay.
I'm going to shit on horror, so you might want to back out of while I'm talking about this also. But the point was, like I said, in the 90s, there was a horror renaissance. And I'm going to have Eli to fact check on this like that because it all started with Scream. We're talking about that. Now, the thing about Scream is that it wasn't just a horror movie. It was a horror satire, parody, commentary, if you will. It was basically making fun of horror movies, at the same and pointing out horror movie tropes, but at the same time, committing those horror movie tropes at the same time. So, like I said, I thought Scream was a great movie. I watched it again, and it still holds up to this day. And overall, the franchise is still a pretty good franchise. I don't think they had a bad movie in the franchise. Not counting whatever bullshit they got coming out next, but up until now, I've enjoyed the Scream franchise. That being said, it kind of launched other movies to come out also, because the thing is, they started realizing that, well, Scream taking off, and we got all these people in Scream taking off, and they're becoming famous actors. Why don't we keep this train going? Why don't we have a whole bunch of movies that people don't care about? Because what they started realizing in horror movies, that even though the killer is the star of the movie, they start realizing that stars accidentally came from those movies. I'm gonna see if I hope I did this right. We're gonna see for a second. No, fuck them. I'm gonna come back to them. Oh,
yes, fuck that.
I'm gonna come back. I completely fucked this up. I should have did that. There we go. Okay, so Kevin Bacon from give it to me like where he came from.
That's OG Friday the 13th.
There you go, Friday the 13th. Kevin Bacon. You got Johnny Depp. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about this for a second because I've saw Gen Z catch on to this and started questioning everybody in the 80s sexuality because he wore this. Look, this was the fashion back then. Every cool guy wore this.
Yeah, shorts as well. We wore booty shorts.
Booty shorts, cool. Tank. I mean, the cutoff shorts like that. This is nothing wrong with that back then. That's just what we wore. Get away with it. Anyway, moving on past that. Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, like I said, Halloween. Sigourney Weaver. Like I said, nobody has weave like Sigourney ever has. Alien. I'm calling it horror franchise. I'm pretty sure you're gonna call it horror franchise.
Oh yeah, it's horror. Alien is.
But the point is, all those were stars. Like they were pretty much nobody before those movies came out, and then it became stars after the movies came out. So I realized, oh, if we put these people that we want to push in these movies with these killers, now we got a Hollywood machine. We can just bake this shit. Where we got these beautiful looking motherfuckers right here, Eli. Yeah. Now,
Tom Hanks was in He Knows You're Alone. Holly Hunter was in The Burning.
Okay.
Kristen Davis from Sex and the City. She was in a gem of a movie called Doom Asylum, which I love. I think it's the only thing I've ever seen her in.
Okay. Oh, Jennifer Aniston was in Leprechaun.
She was in Leprechaun.
Now, to be fair, I think Jennifer Aniston gave credit to Leprechaun more than Leprechaun gave credit to her.
Renee Zellweger was in a shitty Texas Chainsaw sequel.
She was.
And Matthew McConaughey before they got big. Yeah.
He was, and because I remember, but at the same time, I don't think that maybe it made Matthew McConaughey, but I think I remember seeing the poster, and when Matthew McConaughey got big, all of a sudden his face was all over those posters, even though he was like barely in that movie.
Yeah,
but they wanted to market him in that movie, so yeah. So that's all I got. Anyway, back to these beautiful motherfuckers. Okay, so now we got all this shit out the way. So now you got I Know What You Did Last Summer. So they realized instead of just accidentally creating stars, let's put the stars in front of the killer. Nobody even knows who the name of the killer is in I Know What You Did Last Summer. What, the fisherman or some shit? I don't know.
Something. The fish stick guy. I don't know.
Yeah, but it don't matter.
Was it?
You going too deep in the lore.
When it says fish stick, Gorton's. I can't remember that fish stick.
Yeah, Eli, I wasn't gonna go that deep into the lore of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I'm talking about fish sticks.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say.
I don't know.
But the point is, you got these beautiful motherfuckers right here. They're handpicked by the studio because they know when you just put these people in a movie and you put some horror movie in it and a killer, they're gonna blow up. That's just what it is. So you got the Hollywood studio behind these people. And
that's what happened. What Scream did is it basically launched this new wave of what I like to call pop horror. You know, and every movie poster, horror movie poster back then looked like a teeny bopper magazine.
Yeah.
Cover. You know,
they took over. They realized,
pretty teenagers on the posters of all the horror movies.
Right. So that's what's going on. And people don't even remember anything about the I Know What You Still Last Summer. Like they remember the people in the movie. They don't remember anything. Like I can't remember the plot to the second movie, Eli. All I remember that movie was powered by Jennifer Love Hewitt's tank top. That's all I remember. Anything else in the movie, I don't give a shit what happened in that movie. I just remember it was there.
I know Brandy was in it.
Brandy was in it too. Yes. Yeah. And that's all I remember. Other than that, you fuck that movie. But yeah. Oh, anyway, hold on. Damn, they coming in hot. Hold on. Y'all want to hear about I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? Captain Hook.
Well,
wasn't. No, but that would have been an awesome ass name for a killer.
Captain Hook.
Why the fuck they didn't call him? Yes, he had a hook.
Yeah, pretty much.
If they would have just took 2 seconds to stop thinking about Jennifer Love Hewitt and actually think about the killer, they could have. Yeah, I think
it was the next generation. I think it was called.
I think that was 3.
That was 4, I believe.
4. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to question you, Lyle.
The movie sucked either way.
Yeah, the movie sucked. Yeah. Speaking of shit movies. Okay, so like I said, so you got all that. You got this franchise. They didn't really take off anything like that. So now you got this new movie, which is a reboot, sequel, / whatever the fuck ever like that. So you got these people, and this movie is the same way, Eli. You can tell that this movie handpicked these, the machine picked these people. Because I'm watching this movie, I'm like, oh no, not him. Did I lose it? I lost it. Yeah. I'm like, who the fuck are these people? I don't know any of them. I already know what the fuck they did. It's probably some people that got on a popular Netflix show or HBO Max shows that they took off. They're like, well, let's just put them people in there and shit like that and just take off. I know the dude on the far right. I know he's a dude on him. I know that. That's all I know. But the rest of these people, who the fuck are these people? I don't know. I was so waiting for them to get killed off, but this movie is so fucking long. It took forever for them to get killed off. I'm like, shit. So I'm just like, there. So we're going through it, and hold on, what we got here?
Yeah, I mean,
they're not even really child stars. I mean, I know they've been doing this shit since Nickelodeon shit, but
but that's always been what horror was. I mean, horror has always been this genre where filmmakers can get their start. They can still experiment, and a lot of people use horror as like a stepping stone for their career.
Yeah. And well, for one thing, because horror movies are cheaply made. I mean, they don't put much money on it. So they want to know if a director can make a low budget movie. So if you make a low budget movie, you put him in a big budget, he can stay on the budget. That's why a lot of times if a director takes up with a horror movie, the big studios snatch his ass up immediately. Sometimes too quick, sometimes they don't be ready. But yeah. Let's see. From Alone, nobody watched. From shows nobody watched. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. We saying that, but everybody watch Netflix. So if it's a show that blew up on Netflix, I'm trying to think, what's the name of that show? One of them chicks is from a Netflix show that took off the something.
The something.
Fuck, I'm drawing a blank, man. I don't know. All I know is that Pete Davidson banged half that cast. That's all I know. That's all that matters. So shit. Oh shit. Anyway, what we talking about this movie? Okay, yeah. So like I said, I watched this movie, and honestly, like the first half of the movie, like the first act of the movie, played out exactly like the beginning of I Know What You Did Last Summer, but it felt very CW-ish. It felt like a CW show. I'm just like, because of the way they acting, the way these people are, I'm just like, who the fuck is this shit?
That's what they all were like. That's basically what they all.
I mean, but they were before the CW was made, but now the CW is made, and just crank this shit out left and right. It's like a CW
WB. Show. What was it called? WB.
The UPN.
UPN.
Yeah, all this shit.
Yeah, it was Moesha with the slasher.
All shit like right.
Yeah. 90210 with a killer. That's all this shit was.
That's all it was. It's just that. So it's like, where you motherfuckers came from and shit like that. Just popped up and shit like that. So it didn't get interesting until the old people came back in. You know, when they want to do these reboot sequels, shit like that. You know, when they bring the old crowd in back in. Okay. Even though I really didn't care about them either, but they were there. But I will tell you this, Eli. You know, for all this shit that we gave Jennifer Love Hewitt about, she, a little curvy and shit like that. Watch this movie. Y'all don't sleep on thick Jennifer Love Hewitt. It was a few scenes she was walking in there when I actually started paying attention to this movie. I was like, spoilers. Yeah, she's in this movie. Like I said, it's mostly about these teeny boppers and shit like that. But
she's the legacy character.
She's the legacy. They gotta bring in the legacy character.
The nostalgia. Okay.
Yeah, because they realized the shit happened. The police covering up like this. We got to go to the people that live through this shit. And then you got thick Jennifer Love Hewitt, walking through there like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we got something.
Well, okay. Now you sparked my interest now.
Yeah.
Only reason why I watched those other movies.
Right. But like I said, what the weirdest cameo in it was Sarah Michelle Gellar. She's back in the movie, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like that. But she got killed. Yes, she got killed in the movie. So she shows up in a dream sequence, but it's not really a dream sequence. It's a nightmare sequence. She's like chasing the kids through the movie and shit like that. And she like turns into a demon and shit like that. Like, what? Okay, those two scenes got me in this movie like that. This movie sucked until I saw those two scenes. Nick Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddy Krueger. I didn't scream, but I was like, what the fuck is going on with this movie?
Was it another large Marge moment?
It wasn't that bad, but it caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting Buffy to turn into a fucking demon in this whack ass CW movie, but okay, it happened like that. But that being said, now I'm sorry, I gave you 2 spoilers. I'm going to give you a 3rd spoiler. Now, if you haven't seen the movie, or if you want to see the movie, click off now. Or if you don't give a shit, keep listening, because I'm going to spoil the ending of the movie. Because that's the only reason I'm talking about this shit right now. Okay. So they reveal who the killer was in the movie. So the killer was Freddie Prinze Jr. I'm like, no.
Didn't he die? Or was
he got stabbed, but he lived. I think
he was surprised alive. Now he's surprised the killer.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Eli. Because like I said, when they made this shit back in the 90s, they wouldn't have heartthrob teeny bopper Freddie Prinze Jr. as the killer. So now that they switched it to change the whole lore side itself, because basically what it is, the whole plot of it is because they covered up what happened to him in the 90s. The town didn't want him. Remember how Jaws, they covered the shit up because they wanted him
infected. He like go insane and then finally snap one day.
Yes, obviously he's a killer, so it happened. But they didn't reveal that to the very end. It's just like towards the very end, and then they put all the pieces together and shit like that. They're like, oh shit, he must be the dude. And then he started all of a sudden he started doing the creepy smile and shit like, oh, you know who I am now. Then he started chasing them all through the
and I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Basically, I have to clean up the mess left behind, shit like that. But I thought that was
where are you?
He was in Scooby-Doo, right? Yeah,
that's right. He was.
Yeah, he was in Scooby-Doo. So
he was in Scooby. So was Sarah Michelle Gellar.
So yeah.
This is just shitty. These are shitty Scooby-Doo movies.
So everybody in this movie either was in Scooby-Doo or got fucked by Pete Davidson. One of them. So yeah. Oh shit! But I thought that was a ballsy ass movie, lad, to turn a legacy character into one of the killers. I thought that was okay. That's pretty clever, right there. Because I didn't see it coming. Maybe other people guessed that when they saw it, but I didn't guess that. I thought that was pretty clever. That's the only reason I'm talking about this movie. So up until then, it was a shitty movie until the third act when they did the twist. I'm like, oh, okay.
How was the kills? Were the kills decent? Were they gory?
Fuck no. I mean, they were gory, but they were CW level shots. So it was just like. Oh, just heard him kill.
I've said that before. You could save a shitty slasher movie with an awesome kill.
Yeah, there were no awesome kills in this, and they were just pretty much standard kills and shit like that. So yeah.
Which is what the old movies were like. Which is what most of those movies were like.
Yeah.
Because
give Scream some credit.
Yes, I shit on Scream a lot, but I will admit, the first time I saw the OG Scream in the theater, I loved it. I thought it was awesome. It was like nostalgia for me because it was like a throwback to all the slasher movies I watched as a kid because they were making all the references to Friday the 13th and Michael Myers and all that shit. So I thought it was a lot of fun. It was breaking down. Yeah, it was a satire of slashers. It was breaking down all the tropes, deconstructing the genre and giving like a new twist on it. And I thought it was cool. It's just all the movies that ripped off Scream. Like I said, Scream kind of ruined horror for the 90s. Because we're
shitting on I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, but it was a lot of movies like that.
I Know What You Did Last Summer was a Scream ripoff, and that's what all these movies were. They were teeny bopper soap operas with like really shitty kills, just no like really slick, pretty horror, and with no balls or grit like what I grew up on. So I thought a lot of them were shitty. And I Know What You Did Last Summer. There was Valentine and with the cruel and not cruel. What the fuck were they called? The one with Katie Holmes. They were hypnotizing the teens. Cruel Behavior or something like that.
Disturbing Behavior.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Same shit. More teeny bopper bullshit. But that's what it was like. It was just like standard homogenized, horror. That's what it was like. It was like just shitty, watered down bullshit that like had no balls. That's what I thought. And I never liked any of the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies. And when I saw the trailer to this new one, I was like, fuck, that looks like a bucket of ass. Fuck that shit.
So it's actually a worse version of what they did before, and those movies weren't that good to begin with. So.
And I'm like, hey, I think it's all like we've been last few years, horror has been trendy. We've been in this horror renaissance. Art the Clown is like a new horror icon. Horror movies have been big in the last few years. It's a kind of cool trend. Like, okay, cool. Horror's back in fashion. But when I saw the trailer for this movie, I'm like, okay, it's dead now. They killed it.
Well, it came back because of Scream. Scream had a remake and shit like that. And honestly, I kind of like the Scream remakes, but as soon as Scream comes back, they're gonna bring this bullshit back. And they had the nerve to do a cliffhanger for the ending. Like after credit scene. I'm like, no. Spoiler, Brandy shows up. So cute. Because she wasn't in the movie. Brandy wasn't in the movie because the way they was framed, I was like, did part 2 even happen? Are they ignoring part 2? Then Brandy shows up like, they always trying to kill that white woman. Why they all trying to do that? Then Jennifer Love Hewitt shows up and they be like, oh, they sent me another letter. They still know what I did for 30 summers ago.
30 summers ago.
Yeah. They're like, well, fuck it. Let's go. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But
and the killers are stupid. You know, like Ghostface. Ghostface is not a slasher. Ghostface is whatever high school douchebag puts on that mask.
One of them was his mother.
Whatever suburban asshole human being. So I keep seeing all these like internet battles. Whoa, Jason versus Ghostface. Fuck out of here. Jason would kill everybody who ever wore the fucking Ghostface mask with his dick.
Right.
That should be a movie where Jason just kills all the Ghostface killers.
Just kill one by one, just kill all of them.
Yeah, but Ghostface is just the mask. It's just the costume. Whereas you take the mask off of Jason, he's Jason. You take the mask off of Michael Myers, he's Michael Myers. Freddy, same shit. That's their identity. Ghostface is just a costume. And whatever, dweeb motherfucker that puts it on. So yeah, that's why everyone likes to throw in Sidney Prescott as one of the greatest final girls. I beg to differ because she was just fighting these suburban fucking, pussies.
Right.
She never went up against no Jason or Freddy or Michael.
Well, one of them was her brother, I think. But yeah.
She was just fighting humans, So she loses point. I will give her that for breaking stereotypes.
Okay, Eli, you can take a little bit further. She's fighting an idea.
Yeah. She deconstructed the genre. She shattered that, that good girl image of the final girl, of the last surviving, the last survivor of a horror flick. And it was usually the good girl that wasn't doing any drugs, that wasn't getting laid, that was just kind of on her own, kind of the outcast, while everybody else was out fucking and doing drugs and basically being distracted. And that's how they ended up dead. But Sydney had sex. Sydney fucking flipped, the script.
She fucked Ghostface.
Yeah, she fucked the killer.
Right.
And then killed him.
Right.
So yeah, like I said, that was the cool thing about the OG Scream is it was this sort of deconstruction of the horror tropes. That's what makes it cool. That's what I liked about it, But how many movies are there now? Like 8. I've calmed down. I used to hate them. I don't hate them as much. I rewatched them with my kid, and I take them as satire. Each Scream movie is just like poking fun of whatever's popular at the time, whatever horror movie is popular at the time. So,
like even when they killed off Drew Barrymore in the first movie,
that was a dope ass kill.
It was their post kid, but I feel like that's a reference to Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you had this.
And what's her face?
You had
the garage door
famous act on it. Yeah, the garage door killer. Yeah.
Yeah, and Fonzie screaming, Fonzie getting killed. Like, yeah, those again, you can save a movie if you have a memorable kill, man. And Scream, at least the OG Scream had some decent kills.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
So that's my rating. Yeah, that's my rating on I know what you did. That's my rating. I know what you did last time. That's all.
Yeah, and if I have to give props to Scream, the opening scene, Drew Barrymore is one of the dopest opening horror scenes ever.
Yeah.
So there, I've sucked some Scream dick, but I still stand by. I still say, hey, that franchise ruined horror for the 90s. but I'm an old school man. I know a lot of kids grew up. That was their stepping stone into horror. They grew up on all those 90s horror movies.
No, Eli, we hated those movies. We really did. We knew those movies.
Hey man, ask Ogar, man. He loves that shit.
Why? What did he name one of those shitty 90 movies that he loved? I'm curious now.
Well, Ogar, if you're ever listening, let us know.
I know he's not, but I'm just saying.
But no, I know a lot of Donut Scary Movie Night. A lot of those kids, I mean, they were born in the 90s. A lot of their first horror movies were like shitty Halloween sequels, shitty fucking Scream ripoffs.
Oh yeah, they did bring back Halloween back in the 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
H2O and Kevin
And they
Williamson.
had all those teeny bopper kids in those movies.
Yeah, Kevin Williamson wrote fucking H2O.
Yeah.
You know, where
Busta Rhymes in one of them.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Shit, The Faculty. He wrote The Faculty, which I loved.
Oh, The Faculty was great, but that was like a ripoff of an old horror movie.
But that was a reboot or like a reimagining of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, still a cool ass movie though. But yeah,
I love that movie though. But yeah, but same thing. The cover of The Faculty, a bunch of hot people on the cover.
Right.
Yeah,
even the killer was hot. She was just walking around like butt naked the whole time and shit.
Oh yeah, the alien chick. Yeah.
Right.
So what was your rating? 4 out of 5?
Hell, what the fuck? No, hell no. No, honestly, I was looking at 2.5 the whole time watching the movie until I saw the twist with Freddie Prinze Jr. being the killer. And he actually did a good job playing the killer. I was like, y'all should give this guy something. Give him credit. He's actually a good actor. He's not just a heartthrob and shit like that. He can actually act. So yeah. So I'm giving it a 3. I'm gonna give it a slightly passing score. Nothing higher than that, but yeah. So
okay. Well,
I was gonna do another movie, Eli, but I'm not. I may save it for later on. We'll talk about it later on. Until then, I'm gonna throw it to you.
All
right.
Yeah, right. It's Halloween season.
Yeah. You got a topic too. So yeah. Hold up, I gotta set you up. I hope I don't fuck. I'm gonna fuck this up, but anyway, I'm doing it anyway. So now we're gonna talk about Eli's horror Halloween Hootenanny House of Hijinks. All right, yeah. All it.
Yes, it's October season. Being that I'm the resident horror fan here, I usually talk about horror shit during Halloween season. And this year, we are doing our favorite Halloween episodes from our favorite TV show. Runner up this year, or honorable mention, I will say The Office. Office has a lot of great Halloween episodes. However, I didn't choose them because a lot of that humor is dated. I found myself rewatching some of those Office episodes, and I'm not laughing like I used to.
You can get a lot of the shit they did on this show. You can get canceled for nowadays. So
yeah, but even that shit. I mean, I didn't care about that. I'm just like, that's not as funny as this isn't as funny as I remember.
Yeah,
it's still funny. I mean, it's just so funny shit. But like, some of the jokes ain't landed for me. So, but yeah, Office had a bunch of cool Halloween episodes. I particularly like when Pam dressed up as Charlie Chaplin for the one job, when she had that one job, and she was the only one who fucking dressed up.
Oh yeah.
And she was dressed up as Charlie Chaplin. She's like, I can't take my hat off because if I take my hat off, I look like Hitler.
I look like Hitler.
That made me laugh. So yeah, so shout out to The Office. That's the honorable mention. They got a bunch of cool Halloween episodes. But this week's Halloween Hootenanny horror episode or Halloween episode from a TV show is Abbott Elementary. And yes. I am choosing the was it the zombie? Candy Zombies.
The Candy Zombie episode.
Candy Zombies, episode 4, season 2. I believe it was.
I think so. Yeah, episode 4, season 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was an episode where Abbott Elementary. It is a sitcom about a school, an elementary school in Philly, and all the stuff that they do. It's a great show. I love the show.
Yes. If y'all know what, y'all need to watch that show. That show is funny.
It's funny as hell, but it also deals with what schools deal with budgets and the district and trying to fund classrooms and stuff, and of course all the zany hijinks that.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's an urban school, so they don't have that much money like the schools, so they deal with all that stuff on there. But in a funny way.
Yeah, it's comedy. I like that. It was last year when they took bribes from that corporation that was doing the construction on what were they making, a golf course? What were they making? Did you watch last season?
I didn't catch up on it. But
yeah. So they were taking bribes because they shut down doing a bunch of construction. So the corporation bought like the school computers and new gym equipment to keep them quiet and stuff. So funny stuff. But anyways, in this episode of Abbott Elementary, the Candy Zombies, baby Thanos, a kid dressed up as Thanos.
I got it right here. Baby, and they never call him by his real name. He's just Baby Thanos.
Yeah, he's just Baby Thanos. He steals all the Halloween candy. So what they were doing, all the teachers had a bunch of Halloween candy that they were saving for the end of the day, stashed in the library. Because they didn't want the kids getting a sugar rush and getting all hyper throughout the day. So they wait.
Right. They want to give them sugar rush when they send them home.
Yeah, so they don't have to, the parents got to deal with all them being hyperactive.
Right.
But Baby Thanos stole the candy and then distributed it to all the kids. And then all day the kids were running around being all hyper and wilding out. and the teachers are just trying to deal with it. And it's just a fun episode. But also, it makes a bunch of comic book references. We have Baby Thanos. We have Ava dressed up as Storm.
Yeah, Storm, yep.
And we have Shementi as Scarlet Witch.
I started to get that pick. I'm sorry, Eli. I failed you. But yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Eli. My fault. Here's my card.
Yep, you're getting snapped. And yeah, there's a bunch of references to Thanos. Like he's trying, he had all the ring,
the ring pops, and they were different colors, just like Infinity Stones.
Yeah, they're like Infinity Stones. And what did it cost you?
Everything.
So yeah, it's just a fun episode.
Oh, he tried to say, he didn't know how to say inevitable.
Oh yeah. I am an edible.
Right.
I am an edible. I think he's going to say inevitable. Yeah, funny shit. It's just a fun Halloween episode, and it's good. I mean, check it out if you've never watched the show. It's a lot of fun, and the Halloween episode is cool. There's another Halloween episode where Ava dresses up as Blade.
Yeah, I saw pics of that, but yeah. Because I know you're going to do either one of those episodes, so yeah.
Yeah, but Shementi as Scarlet Witch is
that was a moment, yeah.
Yes.
Talking about thick Jennifer Love Hewitt, shit.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah,
right.
Check out Abbott Elementary, the Candy Zombie episode. A lot of fun.
Cool. All right. What do we got next? Oh shit, we're there. We're here. We're where we need to be. All right. Ready to move to the next part of the podcast.
Okie doke.
All right. Like I said, this is Comic Book Bullies. We're talk about comic books. We're going to jump into it. Eli, you got more books than I do, so I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. Well, I guess should I just do my book of the week right away?
I think I have a feeling tell me what it is.
It's Hulk number 30.
Okay. Hulk number 30. Okay. I think I heard some stuff about this book.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. But I want to hear from you. That's
yeah. So yeah, this is my book of the week. I've been following the Philip Kennedy Johnson run, since it started. And it had its ups and downs. I considered dropping it here and there. But with this issue, I'm glad I didn't. In this run, the Hulk is sort of being chased by all these demons because he has the power to release this entity known as the Mother of Demons. So all these monsters are running after the Hulk because they need his body. He's the only one powerful enough to open the green door to release her. So that's been
they still dealing with the green door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
The one below all and all that shit. So that's what this series has been: is the Hulk kind of just running away from all these monsters trying to get him. And the eldest is like the servant of the Mother of Demons. And they've been going around killing gamma monsters, the eldest is this demon trying to get the Hulk to free the Mother of Demons, who's trapped in like green hell. And this issue is the final showdown. So this is the last issue in this run. It's the finale. And the eldest demon ends up possessing Abomination.
Okay.
And this whole issue is just the fight between Hulk and possessed A-Bomb, basically.
Okay. The eldest Abominations.
Yeah, the eldest Abomination. And it's just this big epic battle in this hellscape full of giant monster skeletons. And they're just beating the shit out of each other with these giant monster bones. It's fucking dope. It's basically what I've been waiting for this whole time. This series needed more of this. There's like Hulk using a giant monster skull to crush A-Bomb. Now, Banner is under protection. Earlier on in the series, Banner was like under the protection spell by Brother Voodoo. Okay. So technically, none of these demons can do shit to Hulk. So during the fight, A-Bomb ends up punching through the Hulk's guts and he rips Banner out of literally rips Banner out of the Hulk.
Well, damn. Okay.
And it's brutal. It's gory. It's gross. It's fucking metal as fuck. I wish I wish I could show you that panel. It's like a 2-page spread of a 2-page splash, full center splash of A-Bomb just ripping Banner out of Hulk's body and shit. So now Banner is no longer in Hulk, so he's no longer under the protection spell. So A-Bomb uses the Hulk's flesh and goes down to the tomb of the mother of all demons, and she's just this big giant skeleton monster thing. And he's like, "Hey, it's the eldest. I have the Hulk's body. I can finally free you," but she's dead. She's not responding. Was
that the first time they've shown her in this comic?
Yeah, she's just this big giant monster demon skeleton corpse thing. Okay. And that was like a full page splash too. Art was dope. This was great. She seems to be dead, so he starts eating the corpse.
The fuck? Okay.
Yes, like just chomping and just viscerally just chowing down on the mother of all demon skeletons and bones and shit, and basically tends to just takes her power, and then comes busting through the green door. The green door is now open. It's like, there is no more mother of demons. There's no more eldest. There's no more gamma monsters. There is only Hulk. And that's the end. And it's this big giant fist coming through the ground. Next up, the Infernal Hulk.
I think that's a new book.
Yeah. This is setting up a new series. So we have the eldest demon inside the Hulk's body. What the fuck?
Oh shit. Okay.
So that's going to be the new series, the Infernal Hulk, #1, coming soon. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been following this run. It dragged a few times, it had lulls here and there. It did just enough to keep me interested throughout, because it did have its ups and downs. And I got bored a couple times, and I mentioned dropping this, a few times. You said wait till 25. I did, but I waited up till 30, and I'm glad I didn't drop it because this was the final payoff, and it was great.
Yeah, that was the big finale. So yeah.
Yeah, this whole issue was just a big giant monster battle. Hulk versus A-Bomb, a possessed A-Bomb, brutal, gory, yeah, like I said, I almost dropped it. I'm glad I didn't. It did just enough to keep me interested because I did like the concept that this idea of Hulk being chased by all these like hellish demon monsters because he's like this vessel with the one with enough power to free this mother of demons monster, So yeah, I did like that idea, but it did meander a few times. It did take a few detours, but it stuck to landing. This was an epic finale that sets up a new series. So they still haven't lost me. So I'm like, what the hell? I got to check this shit out. And Banner's out. Banner's out of the Hulk. So it's like, is Banner going to want to be the Hulk again? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? Because Banner always wanted to be free of the Hulk, but he can't die. As far as I know, is back to Immortal Hulk. Banner can't die.
Well, that's because anytime he died, he would just turn to the Hulk.
Yeah.
But does Banner have access to the green door without the Hulk? That's the thing.
I'm wondering if he still has gamma power. I don't know. I'm like, I got to find out.
That's
see.
That's why you get a new book. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. So yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. This finally gave me what I mean, we've had some monster battles here and there, but there was few and far between. But this was the epic finale. This was the big monster battle that I've been waiting for, and it delivered. So yeah, 5 out of 5, book of the week. Philip Kennedy Johnson, brought it in the end, delivered in the end. So.
Right. Finally paid it off. Okay. So first book I'm going to do is One World Under a Doom.
Oh, I read this.
Did you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
I got caught up and I read this. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not even caught up. So you probably have to fill in some gaps for me. I just pick this shit up and just go. All right. So yeah, like I said, basically what's going on is that Dr. Doom has been taking over the world, and this is actually the 8th issue of a 9-issue run. So we're right there. We're gonna see where we're gonna go. Yeah. So the book shows a Thing punching out Dr. Doom, and it's gonna be big all-out war and everything going on. So we're just gonna jump into it to see what we got going on. So yeah. All right. So we got okay. So there's a fight going on in Latveria with Dr. Doom versus the Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and a bunch of other motherfuckers all at one time. They're just going at it. And so while they're going at it, Val is trying to reach Doom, like, okay, we need to stop this fight. She like, and Frank's like, what the hell you gonna do? You gonna teleport in front of the battlefield while he's fighting everybody? Like, no, that's suicide if I did that shit. No, I'm gonna try to reach him to the astral plane where nobody's up there, and then I can talk him down and maybe end this fight, and then nobody will get hurt. And so how are we gonna get to him? So he decided to go to the transponder, and instead of like teleporting them, they decided to teleport a signal there. And but what signal we're gonna do it? And then I forgot them. That's their cousins. I'm not gonna talk about them, but anyway, the point is basically saying, why don't you just do VAL? They're like, okay, because we know that is him. So they do the message, and they're like, okay, so now we just wait. Then she gets taken off, shit like that, and then she gets transferred to the astral plane. What Dr. Doom? And she's like, Val, you so smart. That's why I always liked you. Well, why are you here? She's like, well, I want to know about my dad. Like, did you kill him? You're like, no, I didn't kill him because as of a favor for you, I didn't kill your dad. But why are you here? She's like, well, I'm here to try to get you to stop fighting everybody, because you told me last time we talked you weren't doing this for glory. You weren't doing this for for everybody to worship you. You were doing it for the better mankind. Now you're trying to force everybody to do this. You're trying to coerce everybody to do this. You can't coerce people into doing whatever you want them to do. You're like, I don't know what you learned in school, but that's bullshit. Because what language are you speaking right now? English? I'm almost positive somebody made your ancestors coerce them to learn English away from that native language that you'd learned before. And now you call it your native tongue. So coercion hurts. It just don't work overnight. It's going to take over time for me to do it, but I'm doomed. I have patience. So until you have better news for me, get the fuck out of here. And then she just kicks him out of here, and then that's it. So he throws Valeria back to where she was. And then she like, I got to get back. I got to find a way to talk to Doom. Otherwise, because I almost had him. I almost talked him down, but I got to get there. But Doom has adjusted his armor. So now that message they sent, it won't reach him anymore. So no matter what they do with that thing, it won't reach him. Meanwhile, we're going to the Avengers, X-Men, and all the Marvel heroes fighting Doom all at the same time, fighting his ass. They coming up with a plan. The X-Men are fighting them. Apparently, and they decided to combine all their powers. So Storm made a hurricane, and Human Torch set it on fire. So they call it a storm, and they throw it at Dr. Doom, and that's it. So yeah, while they're throwing it at him, what else we got? I'm almost there. Okay, so while they're throwing it at him, he just like, oh, this shit ain't gonna do anything. And then Invisible Woman does some shit where she can like do an infinity loop with Iron Man's energy beams, his unibeam, and she tells Cyclops to get in on the thing too. So they both, she's just looping the powers and making them stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And she's gonna throw them at him at one time, and she's building power. Meanwhile, the X-Men are kicking his ass, and before they can throw that big ass beam at him, he just freezes it, stops it. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. Matter of fact, no more mutants. So he does the same chaos energy that Wanda used doing the House of M to take out the mutants, and does it them. So like all the mutants lose their power, Storm falls out the sky and everything like that. She's like, oh, I don't have a connection to the atmosphere, to the weather anymore, and all shit like that. And basically Dooms walks over their bodies and just basically saying like, Storm, I know you said that you had only a moment to stop me. Well, your moment is over. And she's like, look, I didn't take away your powers. I just eliminated your powers in Latveria. The moment you leave this country, your powers will come back. I didn't do you like Scarlet Witch. I could have, but I didn't. But the moment you leave this country, you get your powers back. That means stay the fuck out of my country. And he snaps in it and knocks him away and shit like that. So then Squirrel Girl is grabbing onto his foot. And she's like, dude, stop this shit. She's like, Squirrel Girl, what the fuck you doing? Wait, didn't you kick my ass one time? I meant to pay you back also. And she just like, hold on, let me see. Oh, where you going? I thought you could
I dropped out for a sec. I tried to do something and I fucked up.
Wait, but you on a laptop now. You should be able to click back in.
I don't know.
Like, oh,
Okay,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I try to do something, and then I for some reason, I got to log in or something, and then I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, so Squirrel Girl is trying to talk him down, trying to look like she's about to fight him. She ain't about to fight him. Actually, Mr. Fantastic, who I guess Eli Phil be on this, he knows magic now.
Something he got some kind of magic to. It was like when he was battling. When he went to battle Dr. Doom, he had to learn some sort of magic shit.
Okay, cool. So he knows magic, and he blasts not Dr. Doom, but he blasts Stormbreaker. And so everybody that still has energy on the battlefield, he takes all their energy and puts it inside of Stormbreaker. So Stormbreaker becomes the most powerful weapon in the universe. And who picks it up? The Thing, Ben Grimm. He's like, well, look at that. Aunt Petunia's favorite nephew is worthy. Hey, Vic, what time is it? And then he cocks back and bam. Now I'm pissed off because he don't say it. So I want my money back on that. So yeah. But he knocks Doom through like every single building on that vertigo he can think of, just knocks him out of there. They're like, did we win? They're like, no, we didn't win. So yeah, so then Doom was like, okay, y'all have finally done what I thought y'all would. Y'all have finally pissed me off. So I'm about to end this fight right now. But before he does that, he does some magic whammy jammy shit, and he basically makes a fixed point in time. So you better say, so what I'm about to do right now is a canon event. Time traveling can't undo it. Multiverse can't undo it. It's going to be undone. So he decides to hit the ground and put all of his magic inside of his armor that overloads his armor to the point so much that his armor explodes into a million pieces to everybody in Latveria. And anybody it hits or they get stabbed with it, they instantly get taken out. You know. Now the reason Doom is just like, okay, the reason I went this hard. Now I could have killed everybody on the battlefield, but I didn't. I just want to show them how easily I could have done it if I would have done it. Now, yes, was this method a little brutal? Yes, but they're superheroes. They're powerful to take that shit. Matter of fact, it took so much that he don't even have a mask anymore. So he had to like reform his mask with magic. You're like, so if any regular humans want to be a battlefield right now, they would have been killed. But these are super people. They can take that shit. As soon as he says that shit, all he hear is unk and then gurgle and shit like that. And he turns around like, oh no, what did I do? And who is it? It's Val.
Yeah.
She teleports to the battlefield, try to talk him down. But the thing is, she's missing a leg, stabbed all over the place, and she caught one in the neck. And it was severe enough that their head falls off. Conclude.
Yeah, this was quite shocking.
Yeah.
I was actually quite bummed out after reading.
Oh, they spoiled this shit all over.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, just like the Hulk shit was spoiled for me. So yeah, that's what I knew about it. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, Eli, this is a canon event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is Marvel gonna undo this, or is it gonna be done? I mean, I don't know. We're gonna find
some shit. Wanda will do some stupid shit.
They'll do some stupid shit. So like that. Or maybe he'll use all his magic to do whatever, stuff like that. But yes, pretty shocking. So yeah.
Narratively, yes, it's quite shocking. And,
yeah, I wish it wouldn't spoil for him. I wish I could have just read it, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just Doom's hubris, his ego, you know, getting the better of him. You know, yes, he can be all powerful. And you know, it reminds me of this one Kung Fu movie where the guy was like, I'm gonna be the greatest fighter ever. You know, I've spent all my life, you know, training. I've shunned all relationships. I've pushed away all my family and everybody I've loved. I've sacrificed everything to become the greatest fighter of all time. And the guy's just like, well, you just, you know, what do you got to fight for then? And that's what this reminded me of Doom.
Well, that's the thing but that's the thing they've always said about Doom is that magic always comes at a price. They always say that in Marvel.
Yeah.
So,
but Doom always wanted to be this all-powerful being at what cost? Like, Val is the only person he loves. Right. The only person he has any sort of feelings for, emotional, you know, only one he feels for. So, and now he just took out that one person because
now he accidentally sacrificed the one thing
that he loved, you know, just so he could be this god or whatever.
Right.
So, you know.
And then he fucked around and made it where it can't be undone.
Yeah, asshole.
Right. Oh shit. Yeah. So we'll see, but I'm gonna say 4.5 out of 5. You know, even though it was just a big, because I'm waiting for the finale. I'm waiting for the finale to see how they resolve this shit.
Yeah.
Because if they just undo this shit, I might retroactively lower this book score.
Yeah.
So, All right. So
that was just an astral projection. Which I could see happen. I could totally see that happen.
It was a scroll.
Yeah. Fucking clone or some shit.
Right.
She was a Doombot.
Wait, one of her cousins is a scroll. Yeah. So no sacrifice to cousin. No, we like him. So yeah. All right. So what you got next?
I got G.I. Joe number 12.
Okay, cool.
This is the Energon universe where the Transformers and G.I. Joe and now Mask all exist in the same universe.
Cool.
Have crossed over. So this is G.I. Joe number 12, Night Force. So Night Force was another faction of the G.I. Joe. There were special ops, mercenaries. And this revolves around Shooter. She's a sniper. She went on a job to, shoot somebody and ended up got caught.
Wait. Her name is Shooter?
Yeah. Code name. I don't know her real name. It's something code name Shooter.
Okay.
She's like the best sniper on earth or whatever,
Okay.
She gets caught and gets thrown in a prison in Darklonia. That is more G.I. Joe lore. So the Joes break her out. While she's in prison, the one woman she was trying to kill is actually in the prison with her. She's beating the shit out of her, torturing her and shit. But then one night the Joes break her out of prison. They're doing the getaway. She's in the truck. They're making her get away. But then she grabs the fucking sniper rifle. She goes, I never leave a mission unaccomplished. I complete all my missions. So she was like, what are you shooting at? We're like at least a mile away from the prison. She's like, that you're not going to kill anybody in there. That's an impossible shot. She's like, for you. And then she takes the shot and she shoots that woman because the woman went into her cell because they broke her out of the cell. So she went in to see what all the commotion was. And while Shooter was driving away, she shot her. So from like a mile away, driving away. So she made the shot, which just proves how good she is at her job. Then we cut to, Cobra Commander and Destro. They found Major Blood. They're like, we found this guy in Paris. Turns out the Baroness fucked him up and stabbed out his other eye, his one good eye. But we've given him like bionic eyes. So he's got robot eyes now and he can see. He says, yep, Hail Cobra, all that shit. And we will crush these Joes. And basically that's what it says, to be continued. And coming up is the Dreadnought War. So this is new arc called the Dreadnought War. Zartan and his homies, they're going to be going up against Cobra because they have beef with Cobra. So, that's coming up. Hopefully we'll get some Transformers and Mask shit crossing over. And Snake Eyes will show up soon. We still have not seen Snake Eyes, and it's been a year. It's 12 issues. More than a year because we had the Duke. We had the Duke book. We had the Cobra Commander book. We had the Destro book. What else did we have? Scarlet. So it's been 2 years, and we haven't seen this new version of Snake Eyes yet. So
they got to save him. Got to save that.
It's been 2 years, man. it better be fucking epic.
I mean, they build it up to it, so yeah.
Yeah, it better be dope when he does show up. But I'll give us a 4 out of 5. This is fun. It's still fun. I'm still on this series, So yeah.
Damn it! Where's my book? I don't know what your book.
Where is your book?
Where's my book? Give me a second. What is this? Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought I lost it for a second. Okay. All right. Next book I'm going to do is Justice League Red number 3. Here's the thing. Justice League Red. Now here's the thing. I don't even really care for this book that much, but it seems to always come out when there's nothing else out. So it's
it was a light week.
It was a light week, but then I see it right there. So I'm this far in it. I might well just keep going to see what the fuck going on.
I almost bought that Sinister 6 book, and then I saw, it's Sinisters 6.
It's Sinisters 6.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's okay.
You're right. And plus it's tied. It's plus to that whole Age of Apocalypse bullshit they got going on right now.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this ain't no Spider-Man book.
Right. They almost tricked you, Eli.
Yeah, they almost got
You would
me.
read that book like, what the fuck is going to get 100 years in the future?
Yeah.
Oh shit. But anyway, we got Justice League Red. We got a team, and for some reason, Cyborg is on 2 teams now. He's on Justice League Red and Teen Titans. Like, why? I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever. So anyway, Justice League Red. Let's go.
Comics,
right.
man. It's comics.
Comics, man. Just don't explain it. So yeah, this is not a KO tie-in. I want to express that. So yeah, it's just a thing. We're going on there. All right. So Cyborg and Simon Bass. I think I said his name right. The Green Lantern guy. Cyborg and Green Lantern are fighting some cult members from the Church of Blood and a giant dinosaur, a blood dinosaur, and this blood dinosaur is like super, super tough. None of what they're doing, they can't pierce the skin. Cyborg is shocking them and nothing's happening to him. And it's just like, nothing you do can take out that dinosaur. The only thing that can kill him is a sword with blood seeker written on it. Like, cool, thanks. So the Green Lantern just creates his sword with Bloodseeker on it. You just like, well, why would you stab this guy with this? Like, that didn't make it. I'm pretty sure we have to find a sword. Like, we just can't just make a sword and just do it. Well, at least try this shit. So this dinosaur comes to them, or a dragon. Sorry about the dragon comes to him, and they stab him with the sword with Bloodseeker on it, and it kills him. And Cyborg's are like, see, this is why the fuck I hate science, magic. I'm gonna just stick with science. So he does things. So the reason they're here because they're looking for a superhero called Red Canary. She's just there. They don't know why they captured her. Last they checked, she's just a kung fu artist, not a metahuman. But he's got a signature and he's written there. But the thing is, his signature reading is like her signature reading. Power levels are off the charts, so something ain't right here. So yeah. Meanwhile, go back to Power Girl, and Red Tornado is doing a message with her. She's based on a Zoom call with her dead parents. She's like, what the fuck going on here? She's like, and see, the thing is about Power Girl, we don't know her origin. Power Girl doesn't know her origin. So her parents are just like right now, okay, look, you can ask us any question you want right now. We'll tell you everything, cool. But first, let me talk to Red Tornado. So he talked to Red Tornado, and she knows a Red Tornado. Meanwhile, they fighting this, more cult members are coming in and shit like that. They're fighting, and they get taken out. And they're like, what happened to your old leader? Where's the new leader? Don't you guys see? Apparently, these guys like worship Trigon or some shit like that. They're like, fuck Trigon. Trigon is a false idol. We no longer worship Trigon. We worship the Red. Like, what? The Red? The fuck? And here's our new leader. And then the leader is, who is it? Father. Oh, and they find Red Canary. She's knocked out. Shit like that. They about to sacrifice her some shit. And she gets Father Blood. Father Blood is, and they're no longer the Church of Blood. They're the Blood Tabernacle. Well, so that's them. So they fight them, and then you got Power Girl like, no, I know what you're doing. You're just doing this bullshit because I don't run back and tell Superman what the fuck you're doing. I know you're doing some kind of underhanded science, psyops, CIA thing going on right now. Like, look, we got to do this stuff. If you run to Superman and tell them what's going on, I can't stop you. But look, what we're doing really is helping. Matter of fact, when they come back, we defeated all kind of like future timelines could have. And matter of fact, Apocalypse on its way. We got to stop that. We got to have everything we can do to stop Apocalypse. So we got the Red Canary waking up. Cyborg and Green Lantern are fighting Father Blood, getting their ass kicked. And the only thing that can beat him is the Red Canary. And how does she beat him? With the red. And all you can hear him is saying, the red. And he dies and shit like that. So yeah. Lady in red. Or shit like that. So Dead Man joins the team. So yeah. Cause he's got red on. So yeah. So she's like, and she passed out because she didn't understand the power that she used. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? I thought she was just a martial artist. Why should I do all this shit? So let's take it back to Red Canary, a Red Tornado, and get some answers. So they go back to Red Tornado, and they yell at him like, what the fuck are you doing, Red Tornado? He was like, look, I put this team together for a good reason. Oh, and Dead Man's here. Yeah. So we got one final mission for you to do. And that is because if you don't do this mission, the timeline will be destroyed. So I need you guys to kill Black Adam. To be continued. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the main reason he put the team together to assassinate Black Adam. Why? Because good luck with that. I mean, they ain't making no more Black Adam movies. They can kill him. Nobody cares. So yeah. Overall, I'm gonna give this book I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. I'm starting to get more into it because now we're starting getting to the red, and we never really focused on the red. I understand. Did Animal Man focus on the red, or was it on some?
I
Other
was
bullshit?
wondering, is this red like the Red Lantern?
Yes.
Or,
No.
okay.
No. Like the red.
Like the red, like the what? There's the green.
Yep. And you got the gray, and you got the blue, the clear. You get the rot.
And the red is like, is that the rot? Is that the rot?
No, the red is the blood.
Okay, what's the rot then?
The rot is the gray.
The gray.
Yeah, that's Solomon Grundy. His shit's like zombies and shit like that. That's the gray. But and you got the green, which is Swamp.
Oh, the red, and then the red is like blood and biology, like living.
Yes.
Thing.
Yes.
Okay, then Animal, and that's what Animal
Man, Vixen, Beast Boy, all the motherfuckers like that. So they all tap into the red. So apparently
he's the avatar of the red. Okay.
Yeah. So the Red Canary, who didn't know she had powers, she can tap into the red.
Okay.
So yeah. So I guess we're gonna explore that. That's what I guess what they call it, Just Leave Red. So
okay, I get it. All right.
Clever, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Overall, 3.5 out of 5. It's cool.
All right.
Cyborg. This is the coolest Cyborg comics we've gotten in a while because they don't do shit with Cyborg. So yeah. So if you want to turn him into Iron Man, I'm fine with that. Just do that. So yeah. What'd you get next?
I have the guy in the chair, number 1.
Okay.
Like I said, it was a light week.
I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me about this, but yeah.
Yeah, I checked this out just to check it out. It was a number 1. It seemed interesting. So I gave it a whirl. So the guy in the chair, number 1, this is like a James Bond spy yarn with a twist. Okay. So it's all about the guy in the chair, the hacker, who guides the secret agent on their missions. They hack into camera systems and disabled security so the agent can break into whatever they're trying to break into and kill the cameras so the security goes blind and then guides them out their escape.
So he's Q.
He's Q. Q, not M.
Yeah.
No, M's Q, Oracle, Microchip,
Yeah.
Genki, he's that guy.
Everybody needs that guy. So
the guy in the chair, the hacker guiding them on the missions. So this is Merlin and Gatsby. So Merlin is the female secret agent. She's like a James Bond or Black Widow, whatever. She's the agent, and Gatsby is the guy in the chair, her partner guiding her on the missions. And they're like the top team for this like military mercenary corporation that gets these espionage jobs throughout the world. Like they have the best completed mission, stats and shit. They're the top team. But it turns out Gatsby has a crush on her. So he's been crushing on her. But they're forbidden. There's strict policy that agents can't, date or whatever.
Yeah, because they would enemies would use that to their advantage.
Yeah. So it starts out, the book starts out, they go on a mission, they complete it, everything's good. He guides her through the mission, she escapes, all good. Another mission accomplished. He goes home for the week or whatever. An old friend shows up out of the blue, hey, and they go out drinking and partying and shit. And then he shows up a little hungover for work the next day. And then he's got another mission with Merlin. They go on the mission. It doesn't run as smoothly. There's a couple of hiccups here and there, but they still complete the mission. She had to like break into some bioweapon, had to shoot her way out and shit. It goes a little sour a few places, but she still makes it. She still gets the asset, still escapes, mission accomplished. Cool. The weekend comes around, he goes and has dinner with his family. It shows a little glimpse of his life. He's a loner. He lives by himself. His family are, when are you going to get married? When are you going to meet somebody? Blah, 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 blah. You're always working all the time and blah, 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 blah. Working this tech job. You need to get out more, all that shit. It's like he secretly has a crush on his agent, Of course, he doesn't tell anybody. So he goes into work the next Monday, and they're like, the bosses are like, "Hey, we need to talk to you." So they bring him in the room, like, we were getting to inform you, Agent Merlin was killed over the weekend. And he's like,
his crush? Oh, damn.
Yeah, his agent. He's like, what the fuck? Why was she out? Why didn't you call me in? Why? I'm her partner. Why did you not call me in? Why? When was she called to go on a mission? It's like, oh, well, a priority mission came up and we needed her in the field. You weren't in, so we have an on-call agents over, 24/7. We got somebody else to do the mission with her, and we lost her. And he's like all pissed off, like, what the hell? That was my partner, blah, blah. He's like, why don't you take the rest of the week off and go deal with that shit? So he does. He goes home and he's all bummed out in his apartment, mourning the loss. And then he goes to the refrigerator to get something to eat, and he turns around, hand over his mouth, be quiet. And it's Merlin. He's like, Merlin, I thought you were dead. She's like, yeah, I know. Like, the mission, it went bad, it went wrong, something's going on, and you're the only one I trust. To be continued.
Okay.
So yeah, I enjoyed this.
Wait, who's the publisher?
Dark Horse. And I
cool.
didn't. Let me see who wrote this. I think you would dig it. You're into all that James Bond espionage shit.
Yeah. This sounds interesting. So
yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Let me see. Go to blah, 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 blah. Guy in the chair. Script by Hannah Rose May and Utkarsh Amdekar, with art by Guillermo Sana and Darabala Kelly. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. But it's by Dark Horse. And yeah, like I said, it's another twist on the James Bond espionage thriller, only from the perspective of the hacker, from Q. So yeah, I enjoyed it. 4 out of 5. Like I said, it was a light week. I just checked this out. It was a number 1. I'll give it a whirl. There wasn't a lot of books I was reading, so I checked it out and I liked it. So cool shit.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So last book I'm going to do is, of course, like I said, we've been doing the Final Crisis thing. We're going to keep doing the Final Crisis. Yeah. Throwback book. I guess this book old as hell now. So yeah. So we're on Final Crisis number 4 right now. So yeah. All right. So basically what this book is, like I said, the world has dissolved into darkness and all hope is lost, and the Justice League can take out left and right. And now we're going to see what's going on with the Justice League. So yeah. So let's go to it. Keep in mind, Darkseid has not shown up in this book yet.
You look at him with the fisticuffs, with the
fisticuffs, with the Duke. So let's see what happens with him. So yeah. All right. So the book starts off with it's going back. It's doing a flashback with a couple weeks ago, and basically every electronic device has been hit with the anti-life equation. So cell phones, emails, TV shows, whatever like that. If you're watching it, bam, you get hit with the anti-life equation, and it's on there. Even if you own the train, if you're like checking your messages and stuff like that, all you see is anti-life equals humiliation equals. So it gives you the anti-life equation right there, loneliness, alienation, all the stuff like that. If you read this shit, like I could read the shit to you right now, you become a slave of Darkseid. So yeah, they say it. Yeah. So yeah, everybody gets hit.
Get all emo and shit.
Right. For Darkseid, so like that. So that we go to the Hall of Justice and you get the Ray dropping off a package. What package he's dropping off? He's dropping off newspaper. The thing is that they've been cut off from the internet and news and like that. They have no idea what's going on the outside because they can't go outside because all the Darkseid minions are going to be waiting for him. So he drops off a newspaper. And you got the Justifiers outside. Oh, and he also drops off a dude that was in trouble also. He was like, Green Lantern, like, why the fuck you dropped this guy off? Do you know who this guy is? You're like, a guy in trouble? No, this is the tattooed man. He's a super villain. He probably brought those guys with him. I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't know. He just like he was in trouble. So, yeah. So he was like, man, get your foot off me, man. Black Lightning sent me. He's like, why the fuck would Black Lightning be hanging around you? He like, look, man, you talk crazy to me. I'm gonna just leave and y'all can handle the shit by yourself. He's like, okay. So basically telling him that Black Lightning sent him on a mission to there, but they got Black Lightning. Black Lightning got hit with the anti-life equation. So yeah. So in there, and Oracle was the one that disabled the internet. And the reason she did it because she got a piece of, and like I said, so the Daily Planet got blown up, I think 2 issues ago. So how are they getting the newspaper out? They moved the printing press to the Fortress of Solitude. That's how they get it. Yeah. And the Ray is going around to each place and dropping off newspaper for everybody to keep everybody informed what's going on, because that's the only way they can get news inside and out. So yeah. And basically, yeah, everybody else been taken out. He's telling like, you don't want to know what's going on else out there. Meanwhile, I go to Dan Turpin. Dan Turpin. Oh, like I said, Darkseid has not been in this book yet. They're trying to resurrect Darkseid into Dan Turpin's body, trying to resurrect his soul into Dan Turpin's body. And Dan Turpin's trying to fight it off, but the thing is, they're showing him what's going on, and he sees all the crazy shit that these apocalyptians are doing. Like Calabac is a Tiger Man now, and he looks at looks at his face, and he's turning into Darkseid. He's looking at himself turning Darkseid right now. He like, but he's still trying to fight it off. So yeah. All right, so you got the Justice League, and you got all the Justifiers. The Justifiers are the Darkseid's armies that have been invaded by the Anti-Life Equation. They're outside of the Hall of Justice right now, ready to come in. They're trying to hold them off as long as they can. And basically, Oracle is saying, look, before I cut off the internet, I saw what the Anti-Life Equation looked like. Basically, what it is that it's an equation that means that free will doesn't mean anything. So you should just give your life and your body and your soul to Darkseid for his will. That's what it's saying. They're like, Green Arrow's like, bullshit. I don't give a fuck about that. So basically come up with a plan. They're like, we need to get these people out of here before the Justifiers break in and take us all over. And the Rays is like, well, I have a plan. I know a secret internet that everybody else don't know about. They're like, no, if you get on the internet, they're going to find and they're going to corrupt everybody. Like, no, the bad guys, I had a snitch inside the Legion of Doom that told me what's going on. It's not the internet. It's the unternet. So it's another secret hidden internet that nobody else knows about that they can tap into and reach everybody else. And he taps into it and he reaches. So what they're doing, the first place to reach is Mr. Terrific. So they're reaching every place they reach. It's like 7 watchtowers all over the world. And they're saying Watchtower 1 standing by, Watchtower 2 standing by, Watchtower 3 standing by, and they're all connected. And now Green Lantern has word on who's missing, who's dead, who's not out there, who's Anti-Life Equation. He's making a list of who he got left because, like I said, he didn't have word until then. And basically telling everybody, look, it's only a matter of time before they crack this message also and they corrupt this message. So this is one message I'm gonna give you, and after this, I don't have another message to give you. We know where they came from. We know the new gods all fell in Bloodhaven. We know they're in Bloodhaven right now. We know they're in Command D. So at dawn, I want everybody hearing this message right now to meet me at Command D in Bloodhaven. We're gonna storm the place all at one time for one fight, and that's what it's gonna be. Green Arrow out. And so yeah, that's it. So and that's all the message you give. Like I said, Force of Solitude. Oh, and Lois got better. So yeah. But Superman's gone. He's like in the future or some shit like that. But yeah. So yeah. Oh, and Black Adam. Basically what's going on. But the thing is, since the new gods beat the old gods, their powers are weakened what it was before. But he gets the message from Green Arrow saying that, hey, if we're meeting at dawn to take the guys out here, like, well, fuck it, we're gonna do a one last fight. I might as well just join them. So yeah. So yeah, so basically before they can get in there, so we got one more thing. And basically what Tattoo Man is here because Black Lightning gave him a counter to the Anti-Life Equation. He like, I know how to counter it. I don't know what to do with it, but he gave it to me. So we got to get everybody to a safe place. And that's when Black Lightning, who is now the head justifier of the Anti-Life Equation, breaks into the Hall of Justice. Like, we got to get the hell out of here. So, and we cut to the Flash. So the Flash get hunted down by the female Furies, but they're moving so fast the Furies can't find them. And then while I was like, Barry, how are you back? You're like, I don't know. They actually never explain how he came back. He's just back. So fuck it. Doesn't matter. So the Furies are there and they find them, and the Flashes take some steel cables, move at super speed, and strip everybody up. They're moving so fast that the Furies can't find them, except one Fury can see them. Wonder Woman. And she throws spears and like, man, let's get the fuck out of here. So they run off to she's like all evil, Darkseid is and shit. So yeah. So they're like, okay, so the only way to get out of here, we got to get into the transponder, we got to teleport to the Watchtower. But the problem is, if we go, they will follow us. So there's only one thing to do. Green Arrow says, y'all go. I will sabotage the Watchtower. Sabotage the transporter so they can't follow you. But I got to stay behind. And she's like, no, my pretty bird, my beautiful Robin Hood. And they, bam, teleport out of there. And that's when Black Lightning riding a huge demon dog with a bunch of Justifiers right in there our hate justifies our justifying whatever like that. So Green Arrow versus all these demons, Black Arrow, Black Lightning, and shit like that, and it goes exactly how you think it's gonna go. He smashes the transporter. They can't follow him, but it doesn't matter because they take Green Arrow and they put a helmet on him, and now he's a justifier. Now he has an anti-life equation stuck in him. So Black Canary is upset that she lost the love of her life, but she's like, I gotta get to work. But they can't follow him because the Green Lanterns have blocked off, so you can't get in and can't get out. So yeah. So what else we got? And now back to Turpin. So Turpin is basically still fighting off the dark side infection. They're just like, look, he's fighting so hard. So here's the thing, Turpin. Give us a thumbs up, and that proves that humanity wins against us, and we'll just leave. But give us a thumbs down, then the final act of dark side will finally go into play. And they put his helmet on, so basically on, and then he's still yelling at everybody to get to work. You work for Darkseid now. They just making more justified helmets to justify the anti-life equation. And the Flash gets to Iris's house, and she's been possessed by the anti-life equation. They're like, she's gone, Barry. We can't help her. Like, no, we can help her. So Barry just walks into her, kisses her, and she's back now. That's it. Yeah. So yeah. So and that was raining blood, and they're still gonna make a one fight. Oh, and then they finally get invaded by a boom tube, and who jumps out of it? Mr. Miracle. Mr. Miracle jumps out and basically says, look, don't shoot. I know how to save everybody. I know how to stop everything that's going on, but Mr. Miracle forgot that the body he's in is black. So bam, he gets shot. Yeah. So he's out. So the one person that could have saved them, they took him out. Meanwhile, they whispering, and Dan Turpin is just like, I can't take it anymore. I give in to everything. I give in to Darkseid. So he gave a thumb down. Darkseid is finally here. He's taking over Dan Turpin's body, and he's giving them the okay to reenact the final plan. So yeah. To continue.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, so that's going on right there. So yeah, lots of we see you.
I was trying I'll get back in there. I was trying to figure out how to add stuff, but I don't know how.
Okay, because like I said, I gave you permission, but I'm gonna check the CO to make sure you're still in there.
Maybe it's because of the laptop. Maybe that's why.
I don't know. I may have to send you another link. I guess I don't know, but yeah. So that's going on right now. So the story is moving along. Basically, somebody kind of broke this down to me. I think I read it somewhere that the whole story is about depression. Dan Turpin was fighting. Then he gave in to Darkseid because he couldn't handle it anymore. Plus, all the heroes are doing this and doing that and falling to pieces, find a wayside. Because every story, more heroes get taken out, stuff like that. So that's basically what the story is about. It's supposed to be like bleak and all the stuff like that. So yeah. So all right, like I said, not too much longer to go. We almost done with the story, but yeah, I had to keep that going. So, anything else you got or
no? I'm booked out. I read Doom, and I think that was it. Yeah, I only read 4 books this week.
Okay, cool.
Like I said, it was a light week. So.
Okay, cool. So, like I said, appreciate it for everybody checking in. If you're listening this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. If you listen longer than 30 seconds, you have helped out the algorithm because that's how this thing works. They love it when you stay at least 30 seconds. I've timed it. That's how they like it. So next week, we're going to come back with something else. I know we're going to come back. More Halloween Hootenanny. Eli, don't tell me now. Surprise me later on. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got something in mind. I do have something in mind.
Tell me. Go ahead and tell me. What you got now so I can watch it now?
Probably Rutherford Falls.
Oh, okay. I'll check that out. They had Halloween, what, first season, second season?
Second season. They only had 2 seasons, but
Okay. I'll check it out from there.
Out of obligation.
Okay. We'll check it out from there. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel.